Hello, everybody, and welcome again to our Trainlang podcast. Today, with me is Peter. Peter, how are you?
Good, thanks, Stefan. Good to see you this morning.
It's good to see you too. Thanks for helping us today.
No problem.
So, Peter, what are we going to speak about this morning?
Well, today, Stefan, we're going to talk about prepositions. In, on, and at.
Very good. But there's a twist to it, isn't there? We're going to focus more on in versus at, because many of our students, or many people learning English, they find it, for example, in the hospital or at the hospital, in the office or at the office. We're going to see how we can differentiate. And then we are going to apply this to what? What topic
Nature.
are we going to apply this to?
We're going to talk about nature, enjoying nature. We
Good.
use
So
prepositions a lot.
we are going to use those prepositions, and we are also going to learn verbs or activities that we can do in the nature. So it looks interesting. Let's start with the first one. So what's the first preposition we're going to look at tonight? This morning, sorry.
The first preposition here is at, and we use this preposition when we're referring to institutions, un evento. For example, we've got a couple of examples. At McDonald's, people enjoy eating at McDonald's. He's at school. Okay, that's an institution. Or we can say she's at the office. I'm at the office. Or on the weekend, see you at the party. So really, this preposition at is used to refer to a position or a location, which we see as a point.
Exactly. And one of the difference, talking about that, about a point, a place, some small places, we can say that like small places, and we can't use in because we are not inside, and we can't use on because we are not on the surface. So, for example, a door. Yes, I can say my brother is at the door.
Exactly.
We use at because he's not inside the door. He is not in. He's not on the door. Stuck. Okay, como pegado a la superficie de la puerta. So he's there, but he's there at. Any more that we can use like that, where it's a small place?
Yeah, at the table. We be sitting at the table.
Yes, because
right now,
you're not on the table.
On the table, exactly.
And you're not inside the table, so you are at the table. Nice. Good. Another one?
At the window. That's where I am. I'm close. I'm at the window. It's also a small place. And if the listeners are fortunate enough in their house, they can sit at the fireplace in the winter when it's cold. They're all sitting at the fireplace. Small location, small point.
Yes, and that's a good one, at the fireplace, because you're not on the fire.
And you're not in the fire.
And you're not in the fire either, okay? So
exactly.
So at can also be it can mean the same as near, close, okay? Yeah. Very near, very close, but it's you are there, but you are not on and you're not in, because you can't be on. You can't be on a fire or in a fire. You can't be on a door or in the door. So we are at. Very good.
Yeah.
And then we have on. Well, what do we use on for?
So this helps us. We use this preposition for surfaces. So on the surface of something, or streets. For example, he is walking on the grass, not in the grass or at the grass.
Very good.
It's a surface, eh? So he's walking on the grass, or they are on 54th Street. So this preposition is used on any surface.
That's true. So also, for example, imagine a mosquito. Okay, now that summer is coming, there are many mosquitoes everywhere. Yeah. And sometimes mosquitoes, they are on the window. Okay, están pegados a la superficie. They are stuck on the surface. Okay, there's on the window. More surfaces can be on the wall, on the door, on the ceiling. And even devices like tablets, phones, TVs, because it is a flat surface. Yeah, we say on. It's on the phone, on the TV. Good.
My
And
wallet,
street.
my wallet, for example, is on the table.
Exactly.
I left my wallet on the table, not in the table or at the table,
Uh-huh.
but the
Good.
table is a surface.
Yes. And then we say streets. I live on Happy
Yeah.
Street. I live on, I don't know, Green Street.
Mm.
And then if we want to give an exact address, then we use at 5th Happy Street or number 5 Happy Street. I live at number 27, I don't know, Green Street.
Mm.
Okay, what's the third one then, Peter?
So the third one is in, the preposition in. And yeah, help us understand how we use a preposition in. We think of a border.
Mhm.
For example, countries, cities, continents. She's in Portugal, or
Mhm.
I am living in Spain.
That's good.
Maybe something much smaller. They are in the bedroom. So we just need to think of a border. If we can have a border, then we use a preposition in.
Perfect. Border, like for example, we can also think not just about borders, but
Mm.
physical, like a box. Okay, I can say
Yeah.
when we think of in, think of a box, and you are in the box.
That's
You are
it.
inside, and there are borders. Okay, now let's look at the difference between in and at. Because, for example, I can say I am in school or I am at school. They are both correct, but they have different meanings. So when you are at a place, you are thinking of the institution or the general place. It can be there in that place, but not necessarily inside. You can be in the garden, in the garage, different places. And also it represents that you are there as an institution. At. I am at school, it means I am a student. I am at the hospital. Sorry, no, I got confused there. I am in school, it means I am a student there.
Good.
I am at the school, maybe I'm visiting, or maybe I'm a parent that needs to speak with the teachers. I am in hospital, I'm a patient there.
Good.
I
I
am
don't
at
know.
the hospital, I'm
Got it.
visiting, yes?
Yeah.
I don't know if you can think of any other examples.
Or I'm in their house. If I'm at their house, I'm outside at a point.
Mhm.
But if I'm in their house, think of the house as a box. I'm
Mhm.
inside.
Exactly. When you are at someone's house, you could be in the garden also,
Mm.
or you can be very near, not necessarily
Claro.
inside.
Yeah.
Good. Events, we also use it for at, mainly for events, like I am at a party. Okay, so you are there and it's an event. Sometimes also when we use in and at, I am in the office, I am at the office. So we use in the office when we think of the office as a physical place. Okay, so it's a very physical place. I am at the office. It's more like think of the institution or the event that you're doing, the work that you're doing. Okay, so now let's try apply this to nature, to enjoying nature. So we have a dialogue ready, don't we, Pete?
Yeah, we do. This is
So
exciting.
we're going to read it, and as we do, we encourage our listeners to try and listen out the in, on, and at from this dialogue.
Hey, Stefan, have you been to the national park recently?
Yes, I went there last weekend. It was amazing. I spent the whole day at the park.
Wow, that sounds great. Tell me, what did you do there?
Well, first I went on a hike. There are several trails in the park, and I chose the longest one. It took me deep into the forest, and I saw some breathtaking views along the way.
Wow, that must have been an incredible experience. Did you see any other animals?
Yes, I did. While I was walking in the forest, I saw a deer. It was grazing in a clearing. I stood there for a while just to enjoy the view.
Wow, that sounds so peaceful. What else did you do there?
So after the hike, I found a nice spot by the river and I sat in the shade of a tree. it was relaxing, listening to the animals and everything. And later in the day, I rented a bicycle and I went cycling in the park. There are lots of paths, especially for cycling. So it was nice and really enjoyable. So we just lost Jonathan for Peter for a second. Here we are.
I'm back. Sorry about that, listeners.
So we are.
Yeah, it seems like you had a fantastic time enjoying nature at the national park. I should plan a trip there too.
Absolutely. It's a wonderful place to immerse yourself in nature and take a break from the city. You will definitely enjoy it.
Thanks for sharing your experiences, Stefan. I can't wait to go and explore nature in the park myself.
Good. So I hope our listeners,
Nice.
they found those that we've used. The first one that we mentioned was spent the whole day at the park. So here the park is general place. Yes, it can be anywhere there in the park.
In the park, we also used, there are several trails in the park. You mentioned that you were walking in the forest also.
My favorite one was in the shade. I
It's an
sat
interesting
in
one.
the shade because the shade has boundaries, like you said.
Yeah.
Yes, it has clear boundaries. There's an area where you are in the shade, and there's an area where you are out of the shade. So that was good. So, Peter, let's now speak about activities that we can do in nature. Okay, and maybe give some examples using in, on, and at. So, what's the first one, Pete?
So the first one here is hiking, and our listeners enjoy hiking in the mountains. When you speaking to them, often they mention they were in the mountains, and this is to explore trails, at the same time enjoying the beauty and fresh air. So we've got a few examples here. I went hiking in the mountains last weekend. We love hiking on the trails near our house.
Good. I like that one a lot because we said that we use on for streets, but also for paths and trails. Yes. Sorry. So here is a very good use of on because it's un camino, on a trail. So we went hiking on a trail. So anything that is long, like a street, a path, a trail, we use on.
Good.
Nice. So what's the next one? Next free activity that we can do in nature is camping. So I can say, for example, I love camping in the mountains. Okay, we don't say on the mountains because the mountains are so big and we are in that area. Yeah, so we go camping in the mountains. Any other example?
Yeah, we can say they arrived at the campground late in the evening. So here we're referring to a specific place or destination.
Exactly. Or for example, I don't know, I saw an animal while camping in the woods. Okay, so we are referring to inside the woods. You know, we're surrounded by it. There's a boundary.
That's it.
Okay, the next activity I hear is one of your favorites, Peter.
This is my favorite one. I love it. Bird watching. Bird watching. To be able to identify the different bird species in their natural habitats, for me, is one of the best activities.
Okay, and where do you go to do bird watching?
You go in the national park. We spotted many rare species of birds in the national park. So here we're referring to a general location or a specific area.
Good. We can also say that we are planning to go bird watching at the nature reserve. So this reserve can be a big place, and it can be different places there. Okay, so this represents the place in general at the nature reserve.
And also very common for bird watching is to go to hideouts. We enjoy sitting in the hideouts, observing birds through our binoculars. So again, here we're referring to being within a particular structure. A bird hide is like a little house. So we sit inside the hideout.
Have you ever been in a hideout, Pete?
Many times,
Yeah.
very peaceful. And the
Wow.
birds don't even know that you're there. They don't know that you're there. So you can really get to see them in their natural habitats. Beautiful.
Okay, and the next one is related photography. Photography.
Mm,
So, for example, I can use on with this one saying I place my camera on the tripod. So it's on top on the surface. It's a small surface, but it's on there. Yes, it's on top.
that's it. And we can also use the preposition at. We will meet at the photography exhibition. Again, we're referring to a location of the exhibition. So we use a preposition at.
Yes, and then from there we can go and take pictures in the park. Good job. How about the next one? Fishing. Fishing. Where can we do fishing?
Yeah, fishing. In, we use the preposition in. We caught a lot of fish while fishing in the lake. Not on the lake, but in the lake.
Good job. And then on, maybe on, we went fishing on a boat, for example. So we use on also when we talk about transport. And the boat is on the river.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
On the River Thames or in the River Thames also.
Good. At can also be used, Stefan, in this with regard to fishing. Hey, let's meet at the fishing spot by the river. So a specific location.
How
Let's
about a
meet.
nature walk? Nature walks are nice, yes? We can
Yeah,
go walking in nature. Any examples with nature walk?
yeah. The preposition in, we can do a nature walk in the forest.
Okay. On a trail, again, a trail
Yeah.
is a small path. We can do a nature walk on a trail that I know, or at
can do.
the national park, maybe.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay. Any other activities we can do?
Yeah. Wildlife spotting. This is to look for animals in their natural habitats. We can use all three prepositions here: in, on, and at. Preposition in, we can do wildlife spotting in the nature reserve.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's a designated area.
Or another one with means of transport. We can do wildlife spotting on the safari jeep. Okay, so that's on one of these big jeeps that keep us
Yeah,
protected from lions and tigers.
good. Preposition at, also we can do wildlife spotting at the bird sanctuary, specific location.
Very good. And I think one of my favorites is stargazing. Stargazing is when you at night you find a place where it's dark, not too much light, and you can just watch the stars. And we can do stargazing in the countryside.
Yeah. What about the rooftop, Stefan? We can do stargazing on the rooftop. No?
Yes.
Probably one of the best
Or
places to do it.
that's it. When I used to do stargazing when I was younger with my grandparents, it used to be sometimes in Portugal, or sometimes even because London is just there's too much light there. So we used to
Yeah.
go in the countryside, and we used to actually try and find satellites. And
Okay.
satellites, they're the same as a star, but they move really fast across
Yes.
the sky. It's amazing. And my granddad and my brother, they always used to find them. And
Okay.
I used to hardly find them. So when I did, I was super excited.
And sometimes you got to try and differentiate because obviously at nighttime too, you have airplanes flying across too.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes, no, it's a satellite. No, that's an airplane. No, it's a satellite.
Great. So
Yeah,
so many activities that we can do in
mm,
nature to enjoy
absolutely.
nature using in, on, and at. Pete, thank you so much for your help today. And
Thank you, Stefan.
sorry, I
Great
just
job.
forgot one last question. What can
Yeah.
our listeners do if they want a lesson with us?
Oh, they can visit us at www.campus.trainlang and they can take a free lesson with yourself, Matt, or Jonathan, or one of the other teachers, and get a real taste of what Trainlang has to offer.
Great. Thank you so much for your help, Pete. And I'll see you next time.
Good job, Stefan. Thank you. Enjoy
Okay,
the day.
bye-bye.
Bye.